Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Waffle Press Movie Hangouts. I'm your host, Diego Crespo. We're going to hang out with some movies. We're going to have breakfast, have our waffles, and I'm here to share those experiences with all of you listeners out there and my co-host, Gina Versa.
Hey, how you doing? It's good to podcast with you again.
Yeah. It has been a minute. It's unfortunate, but you've been off doing exciting things. I've been off doing less exciting, but relaxing, and there's power in that. But how are you, my friend? What's up? What's new? Tell me everything.
Just shot a reshoots for my short film that I did 2 years ago. So, going back to it, or finally post the pandemic. And then, post, where it's kind of unsafe to film during a pandemic, and, are you going to risk that? But yeah, we did a successful shoot ahead of schedule, then under budget. So you always want to have those two things. Definitely. And so to talk about that probably when I have more to show from it, kind of decompressing from that still. But yeah, it's just nice to say that that's finished. And I was going to ask you, you were the co-writer, so, good job.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you. Well, it was your idea, baby. It was an honor to be a part of it, and it was exciting. I can't wait to see the completed version.
Yeah, we'll probably talk about it here. And then I had some good waffles the other day, actually.
Good man. Yeah. I've been a bum and just been having Eggos lately. I haven't been making them.
So I put my waffle on top of like this fried chicken. So it was like a little sandwich.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Put like honey. It was really good.
Yeah. That sounds great. Fuck, I'm starving. I gotta eat after this.
Yeah.
But today is a casual, lax episode. Gene and I are just gonna get back into the swing of things, and we're just gonna talk about our favorite things from the first half of 2021, be it movies, games, TV shows, comic books, regular books, albums, like literally just anything goes. I crowdsourced a question from the Waffle Press Twitter. Great response. I'm really excited to get into those. But before we get into 2021 specifically, numbers, what are they? What else have we been watching lately, Gene? Doesn't have to be from this year, but let's get back into it. Anything exciting? Anything disappointing? We can be honest,
Yeah, I've been trying to finish MODOK. I'm like halfway through. It's on Hulu. It's like a show that I'm surprised got made with all the cancellations of like all the non-Disney Plus Marvel shows.
Yeah.
So it's by Patton Oswalt, and he voices MODOK. Do you know that villain?
I do know that villain. I love that villain.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, what a comic book villain! A giant head in a chair with little legs and little hands.
It's terrific. It's a bummer that he's not in the movies, frankly.
Yeah, he was in that bad Avengers game though.
Oh, okay. Well, even a broken clock, right?
Yeah, can't all be winners.
Yeah.
But MODOK's a very just hilarious show, and you could tell that it's like coming from, because it's Patton Oswalt and then some people from the Robot Chicken team, so like Seth Green. You can tell these people are like really big nerds. By nerds I mean like they know like the most stupid, obscure Marvel character. Like the humor is just like so random. Like it has characters like, I'm gonna ask you, like Armadillo. Do you know that character?
I do know that character. Yes.
Giant armadillo, and then they make him Hispanic on the show, and it's just like I don't think that's ever said in the comics that like, oh yeah, that would like make sense. Where they have like Angar, the Screamer, and he's just,
I know that one too. Yes.
Yeah, he's voiced by Bill Hader. For some reason, Whoopi Goldberg is like one of the villains too, and it's just it's a very funny show. And then it's kind of like angry too, because it's like MODOK is rallying against a corporate entity that bought out AIM, and he still has to work with them because he was under like money issues. So I'd really recommend MODOK.
That I didn't know about the last part. That sounds very interesting, considering I guess the state of that particular universe. And you just mentioned how all those other shows were getting canceled because they weren't part of the brand. So
Right.
that makes
Well,
that very interesting to me.
well, this show it was supposed to have like other connecting shows. So like Hit Monkey, I think like Howard the Duck, um, Squirrel Girl, I think. Maybe Duke. I don't know.
Duke,
But
Dupe.
yeah, Duke.
I love
But
Dupe.
yeah, the
Give me
rest
the
got
Dupe show.
yeah, no. The rest got canceled because of, you know, reasons like that. But we still have Modoc, so that's cool.
All right. Well, let's just jump into 2021 recommendations then. So that's the first one for you. I'll just read out some quick ones before I get to my first thing. At Nostalgic Fan, really liked Superman and Lois. Is that the show?
Yeah,
That's the
that's the
show,
name of the
right?
show.
They
I
put the
haven't
GIF
seen
of the
it.
show. I haven't seen it either.
Yeah. Heard it's
I'll
good.
get around to it. Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
it's very good. I've heard criticisms for sure, but
Yeah.
with the superhero stuff, that's always just going to happen. There's going to be the super positive and the super negative. It's like without a doubt. That tends to happen with most art, but like specifically with those right now.
Yeah.
At Jeremy Loves Y'all. We love you too, I guess, unless you're like an insane person or something. They really loved Mitchell's and the Machines, or Mitchell's versus the Machines, Invincible, Nobody, and Spiral. I've seen none of those. I'm so sorry.
Thought you're supposed to see Mitchell's versus
I was supposed to watch Mitchell's versus the Machines. I failed you. I apologize. I had reading to catch up on. Not all of that I can reference here because some of it we were talking about before the show, just mutual friends. I offered to look over stuff. I saw Fast 9, Fast and Furious 9. Justin Lin, the boy is back. He's back to his adopted franchise baby because he wasn't there at the beginning. It was Rob Cohen and David Ayer and like a bunch of people that I'm not a fan of, and then they ended up making a pretty solid movie, a pretty solid Point Break ripoff. The last 30 minutes of the original are like solid. The rest is like kind of come and go, but now it's evolved into some globe-trotting adventure franchise, and I haven't loved the last two. In fact, I disliked Fast 8, and I really hated Hobbs and Shaw. And so I couldn't be happier to report that Fast 9 is messy, not super ambitious, too long, and it still made me choke up a bunch because I love these characters, and I think it recontextualized the heart of the franchise. It grounded it again. And I think the true not quite justice for Han plays into it, but it's not the point of this one. And I think this one definitely, its biggest problems are that it kind of has to like reorient itself a little bit as like bringing the series back on track after messier entries,
because it went from race car drifting to heist to now they're just spies.
Now they're spies. Yeah, I would argue it's worked 3 times out of 4 now. But
they're big shifts.
I think it's a big shift, but it's also like I think the series knows that, and I think Justin Lin knows that, because the Justin Lin entries, he went from Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, Fast 5, which is a perfect film, and Fast 6. Those are all 4 radically different films. 9 is not quite as radically different from those. I think Fast 5 is the high point for me. Yeah. But I think Fast 6 was the first one where I was like, oh, this is like a blockbuster franchise now. And it tosses them into the spy game. And that's what's exciting, because it's like these characters are caught up in a big action movie like that. Okay. And it's like really fun and funny. And now they're like, I think it's the last 2 are going to be very different. I could not imagine them being.
Those are the last ones, right?
Those are the last ones. Yes. And I love these movies. Most of them. I'm pro them ending soon.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Yeah, I mean, they could still do like spin-offs and stuff,
Yeah,
it's not
do your stuff. Vin Diesel prequel or whatever. There are some prequel-y elements into this one that I was reading
about that. Yeah.
The moment it started, I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna end up crying in this movie, and I didn't. But it is very emotional, and if you're into these, this is like a welcome home. This is like the movies are back.
Without spoiling anything, does it like explain that we've never heard of John Cena as his brother for like 10 movies? And
yes, it does.
Because he's invisible.
Because you can't see John Cena. it's very clearly the problems with it are the franchise trying to like reorient itself before the finale. Uh, I completely buy people being like, really, the Family Guy didn't mention that he had a brother, and the way the movie explains it, I actually think it does it
Okay,
very well.
it works.
I
Do
think
you
what
do you
makes these crazy movies work when they get like just insane with their set pieces and stuff, and their disrespect for logic and reality. The character stuff is what carries them through. If you buy into the characters, you know you'll buy into any movie.
right?
And I
Yeah,
think the family stuff really is what like saves the movie, and I think it's going to bring it home to like a satisfying conclusion. I'm there. Justin Lin, underrated blockbuster director for sure.
do you
Yeah,
do you feel like because there's another franchise where you tapped out of? Do you feel like tapping out of this one at any point? Because I've only
I,
seen like a few of these movies, so I'm outside looking in, and I would wonder like,
if this one didn't work for me, I'd be like, yeah, sorry guys, because again, didn't like Fast Eight, hated Hobbs and Shaw, but Justin Lin coming back and like, no, 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 it's like David Lynch coming back to Twin Peaks, you know?
right,
It's kind of like, no, 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 this is all wrong. I'll show you guys how it's done, and
right,
it's like, oh, it's like being welcomed home. So
yeah, and then too like, because this is again like I haven't seen all of them. Like, was there like a thing? Because it's like it's pretty obvious Han comes back, but like, what? How do you go like from going to family to like being like buddy buddy with like Han's killer? That's such a
that's
whiplash.
why that's why Fast Eight doesn't work. I think it's a genuine betrayal of the heart of the series, and like there's stuff in that movie that's like cool from an action spectacle perspective, like them in the snow, like a bunch of
Right.
like that's like a compelling visual element of that movie in the finale. But and there's like a really cool sequence with like uh cars controlled from behind a computer screen. It's like, oh, it's kind of like a Terminator Ultron hybrid sequence, which is kind of
Mhm.
neat. But like it felt wrong. I was like, this isn't. It was like someone's idea of what a Fast and Furious movie was without having seen Fast and Furious. You know,
Mm.
it's like I used to hear people say, "Oh, Michael Bay should do a Fast and Furious movie, right?" Because he does dumb action movies, and it's like,
Right.
no, because he makes mean-spirited action movies. And
Right.
I like Michael Bay sometimes, but I don't want him here.
Yeah.
That's not the
Yeah.
type of movies these are. And Fast Eight is like a very like mean film at times, and
Right.
it feels wrong. So that's why, you know.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah. They
obviously, if there
just.
was only one left, I would be okay with that too. But because it's Justin Lin and they've been planning this like franchise closing trilogy for the last 3 years now since Fast Eight came out, I'm game.
Okay.
I'll be there. But yeah,
And
everyone
they
go
go into
watch those movies.
space.
Don't tell
Kind of.
them.
Well, I mean, it's in the trailer.
Yeah, I only watched the first one though. So people were very open about they finally do it in their tweets. So I was like, oh, okay. But you know what? When that moment happens in the movie, and our buddy Andrew Salazar had the same reaction I did. When that happens in the movie, it's like, whoa, this is like the movies are back. That felt cool. That was
Seen
great to
that.
watch in the theater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I need to catch up on that franchise.
Yeah, dude, movie night. Let's fucking do it. Let's
There
go.
we go.
Um, let's see what else. What else have you got? Let me read out one more, and then you can list off another favorite thing of
Sure.
yours. At Reverse Lamage, um, all hits is the subject of the tweet line. Fast Nine, yes. Invincible, a lot of Invincible fans in these comments. I don't
That's a good
recognize the
show.
last two. I'll put the images up on the YouTube version. I'm sorry, I don't recognize these last two at all. But one looks like a comic thing, and then another one looks like Dua Lipa. So
What's that?
Dua Lipa is a musician,
Oh, okay.
and she's pretty talented. But that's it.
Never heard of him.
Okay, yeah, she's good. But yeah, what about you?
Well, I'll put this one just for you. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard,
I
which
have. Go ahead, please.
yeah, I really enjoyed the first one, and it reminds me of that other movie you liked, Eight Underground.
Six Underground.
Six Underground, excuse me. Six Underground, where it's like political sort of like current event, excuse me, political like upheaval, sort of like political messages told by the stupidest, like meanest action movie ever. So in this movie, if you haven't seen the first one, I would recommend seeing it. Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson, they're two opposing viewpoints. They both end up on the run. One's a hitman, one's a bodyguard from a dictator, and they end up killing him. And they have to work again together because reasons. But I think the characters, they play really well off each other. Like Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson, they make this movie work. And I think the mean-spiritedness of this movie, I don't know if it's just me because I told you about the scene. It really, like, it is mean-spirited, but like, it's just, it still somehow works. There's a scene where we learn why Ryan Reynolds, his character, is so obsessed with seatbelts, because he's always telling people like, buckle up, like, hey, put on that seatbelt, he won't drive. And you find out because his mom died because they were at a amusement park, and this really big guy on a like a merry-go. No, was it? I think it's a merry-go-round, the one that goes in the air, like, you know, that like a twirl. You know that kind of roller coaster I'm talking about. Well, anyway, who's up? Yeah,
not round, but yeah, they spin you around.
Yeah, it's like a roller coaster like that. The guy didn't wear a seatbelt for some reason. He like is launched off the roller coaster and then falls on Ryan Reynolds' character's mom and like instantly kills her, and that's why he's so like obsessed with seatbelts. Yeah, it's just like that just happens. Like there's no, like, it's played like serious, it's played like dead on, like, and it ends up being like comedic, and it's just like this is the stupidest movie ever. It's just, there's nothing there's nothing intelligent about it. It's just like, if you know this going in and you enjoy this, then it's for you. And just like seeing Ryan Reynolds and Salma Hayek and Samuel L. Jackson just play off each other, because they're all idiots. They're like super, like, just stupid. They're like, Ryan Reynolds is okay, but like Samuel L. Jackson and Salma Hayek, they're just awful people. And they just, they just like revel in their awfulness and just like messing with like Ryan Reynolds, and they keep like hitting him, or he gets hit by a car like 3 or 4 times. And it's just, that's the kind of movie it is, and it doesn't apologize for it. So I appreciate it for its honesty, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's all we want from our movies. I don't need to like you. I just need you to be honest with me.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be like and like nihilistic, then be shitty and nihilistic.
I don't know if it's nihilistic. Like, it's not. There's some sort of charm to it, but it's just like, I'm trying to think of something really just like dumb, like a TV show, or where it's just like, it doesn't make any sense, like a cartoon or something. It's like a cartoon, basically. This is a cartoon movie.
Okay. Yeah, it's Underground. It's like it's a horrendously violent cartoon movie.
Yeah, I love Six Underground too. That was also with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. What other movie are you gonna watch where within the first minute you'll have a group of nuns flip off the camera?
I don't know.
I'd buy that for $1.
I guess like maybe like something like Face Off. Remember when Nicolas Cage is like a priest?
Yeah, but John Woo is like God. That's why that movie works.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's thumbs up, 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up, yeah. I'll show you that one day, and then you'll like walk out.
I guess so. You'll watch the Fast movies.
I want to. Yeah.
Bodyguard too, because I saw the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. So just for the audience, we're keeping track. So Gene has to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, which like anyone listening knows Gene will love. So don't pressure him. We're just keeping track for the podcast purposes. Gene will obviously love that, and then She-Ra, because it's She-Ra, and then Legend of Korra to round it out. I'd recommend Kipo, but kind of its own thing. I kind of made an accidental trilogy with those 3 I just mentioned, but Kipo and The Age of the Wonder Beast, which just got nominated for an Emmy. Yay! That's great, but it's his own thing. And then I'll watch Hitman's Bodyguard's wife.
Yeah. No.
Man's wife bodyguard.
I don't know if that's right. The right grammar. Oh, thinking about that. Is that?
But I appreciate the stupidity of that title because that tells me that the people that made the movie are very knowing about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. Let's see what else. At Carnage_Anti, their favorite things of 2021, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which I have not gotten around to yet.
Yeah.
But
I don't think I'll ever have the time to replay those games. To be honest.
I could probably carve something out at the end of the year. You know, because that's like 30 hours.
Yeah.
Like straight. Like I wouldn't stop.
Great games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
My favorite gaming experience like ever. Like they'll always have a special place in my heart because I don't know if anything will ever be able to replicate that journey, that experience.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't like that ending.
Yeah, you know, like 3 has problems even apart from the ending, but like that one even. Like
yeah.
It's fine, you know, whatever. Nothing's perfect. Mitchell's
better. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, just I want to read out the rest of this person's recommendations for the year. Mitchell's versus the Machines again. Resident Evil Village, which I have not played yet. I will probably be streaming that at some point. I replayed 7. I don't remember if I brought this up recently, but I replayed 7. What a game. So good.
Aren't they great?
Yeah. And then this is a picture of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. And you know what? I agree. At On the Way Jay, I just want to get some more of these out of the way and then we'll go back to this. Invincible again. Euphoria on HBO, which I know a lot of people haven't. I'm sorry, it just doesn't look interesting.
That's a hard watch right there.
Is it really?
It's hard to get through some of the episodes.
Oh,
it deals with a lot of heavy topics.
Yeah, it reminds me of I don't know if you ever saw it, but Skins. Remember Skins?
Yeah, I remember Skins.
Yeah, E4's Skins, really big in the Tumblr era. That's how I saw it. And then, I mean, everyone knows that show doesn't hold up, but like, yeah. New Lord album, which makes a funny appearance amidst Invincible, Euphoria, and Luca.
I like Luca.
I haven't seen Luca yet. What'd you think of Luca?
I thought it was a very charming movie. It's like it took a lot of influence from a lot of Miyazaki films. I don't know if that's a critique, but actually I thought that was really neat because a lot of the character designs and stuff reminded me of something out of like Porco Rosso, or just like some of the characters just looked like, are you sure this is not a Miyazaki sort of film? But no, it was really cute. It's a nice movie. It's very has a lot of heart to it, and it's very like unique. It's just I think I'd have liked to have seen it in the theater, but that's kind of strange that didn't go there. But it was just had a lot of charm to it.
Any shows you've been watching recently? Because I haven't been watching anything new.
Oh, okay. I've been watching a few shows. I mean, I'll even say some things that I haven't finished. On Shudder, I'm still trying to finish Creep Show, which they had the Evil Dead Deadites make a cameo with Ted Raimi, so that was cool. He's playing himself. I need to finish that because that first season was pretty good. In terms of like new shows on Netflix, watching Yasuke. It's an anime created by the Flying Lotus. You know that musician?
Oh, I heard about that one. Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's really neat. I've been loving it. And it's it's the animation's just really stellar. It's a lot of like it reminds me of kind of like Ghost of Tsushima, where it's just like it really embodies, and it's just like it does its own thing because it's just like there's like robots and like magic and stuff.
Okay, I thought it was like a historical adaptation or something.
It is, but it's just like it's historic, but then there's just robots. Like there's no explanation, there's nothing. It's just because these are events that happen, but it's just like okay. And it's a very unique perspective too.
Mhm.
So I guess I would recommend that. If yeah. It's only 6 episodes too.
Oh, okay, so I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I watched the new season of Big Mouth. That was funny.
yeah.
I like that show.
I just let myself down because I haven't really seen like a lot of new shows.
Yeah.
Like I've revisited stuff. Like I got obviously the Legend of Korra stuff on in the background. Check out the retrospective. But like new stuff is just I've everything I was watching just stopped because of COVID.
Right.
Like Succession's not coming back till this fall, people. You know, I'm dying.
Yeah, or Barry. Barry's not going to come back till next year, right?
That kills me. Those
Yeah,
are like
that's
favorite shows right now. They're not. It's so awful.
yeah.
I mean, I get it. I understand the reasons. The reasons are fine. It's just a bummer.
Yeah. Well, I just remember they were going to film that show right before the lockdown. Poor Bill Hader. He was like, you know, what do you do?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Albums. Tyler the Creator. I don't know if I talked about this in the show enough, but I'm a huge Tyler the Creator fan. He started off provocateur, obviously, but now he's like, he's got such an interesting evolution as an artist and like the tools he uses and his sound and his like aesthetics. He's maybe my favorite musical artist right now.
Yeah.
So new Tyler's always a win for me.
Yeah, I always enjoyed his music. I haven't caught up on the recent album, but I'll get to it. Was it? I just remember he was on Regular Show. That's just like popping into my head.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The album is called "Call Me If You Get Lost." By the way, it's great.
Okay. I'll check it out.
And I hadn't seen this. I just watched. Here's a new thing to me. I just saw the Flower Boy conversation between Jared Carmichael and Tyler the Creator, and where Jared Carmichael interviews Tyler about his process on Flower Boy, because that was kind of one of the big shifts in his career, his shifts in his music career. That and I love Flower Boy, and the conversation is really fascinating, where they're just like explaining like the methodology behind the track list and like how. Because nobody really liked his previous album. I did, but like critically, it wasn't that well received. And so Tyler's very open about like, oh, I was kind of worried because like this next one needs to like hit right away, otherwise I might be done. And it's always cool when like artists kind of like bare their soul like that, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a fan. Good to have him back. And let's see what else. Oh, did you see Bo Burnham's Inside? I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people really liked it. So
yeah, is it like funny or is it like hard to watch because it's like, oh yeah, I want to relive 2020 again?
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm a big Bo Burnham fan, but like whenever someone starts saying like, oh, it's so like important and timely, you know, it's like it really speaks to the generation and whatever. Like, okay, but like, am I gonna enjoy watching it? I'm sure I will. Bo Burnham, and I'm a fan, but like, you know, we've had this conversation about Adam McKay's Vice, for example. I'm sure I'll like the movie because I like Adam McKay, but I'm so angry like politically now that like I don't know if I just want to sit through that. It's nothing like a movie, it is me. You know? That's all. What else did I really like from this year? I just released our early June episode publicly, so check out the Patreon. We'll do more early episodes like that. Woman in the Window I actually enjoyed.
Yeah, you said that the last time we were drinking that wine.
Yeah, I'm there with the wine moms, just pounding them down, watching Amy Adams camp it up, having the time of my life. Let's look back at the beginning of the year. I guess Godzilla versus Kong was a lot of fun.
Got a lot. I've seen that like 5 times now.
And
then we did that giveaway too, so hopefully someone's enjoying that. 4K. I got it in 4K, so
yeah. I mean, hey, that's probably a gorgeous movie in 4K. The Snyder Cut, which I think is maybe the most entertaining thing, or at least like the biggest movie that like moved me this year until Fast 9. Fast 9 is probably my favorite of the stuff I've seen this year, just because the bias I have for the Fambly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that. Anything else you want to highlight? I mean, it's been kind of a slow year for
Getting
reasons
into it.
that complete and perfect sense, but it has been a slower year when it comes to like film releases. Like I was looking at stuff after Fast 9. I was like, man, it's great to be in a theater. What else do I want to watch? And I'm kind of looking at stuff and I'm like, don't really want to watch any of these.
Well, I mean, there has to be something like watch the like, I don't know, the Sparks Brothers documentary. That's really good.
Oh yeah, but I'm gonna have to drive out of my way to go see that.
I mean, it's playing at like some AMC's actually.
Is it okay?
Yeah, that's a good release. I mean, like there's so few releases that like will play anything for like 2 weeks and then forget about it.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny. We talked about A Quiet Place too, right?
Yeah, and I need to watch it.
You should definitely check that out. But yeah, just like random stuff. Raya and the Last Dragon, I really enjoyed in terms of like movies.
That's what I need. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. Werewolves Within, I saw an early screener of that last week. Losing track of my days from Beyond Fest, and that was cool. That's like, because it's a Ubisoft game. I've never heard of it or played it, but I'm like, okay. It's like Clue, the game or the movie. If you've seen that with like 3 infamous endings, but it's like that, but with werewolves. Trying to figure out. That'd be a cool board game.
That is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, and it's just this. It's kind of a comedy too. It's like a comedy mystery, and it's Sam Richardson just like dealing with all these like annoying, just like he's stuck in like a cabin because he's a sheriff and he's stuck with all these annoying people trying to like not get them killed. So yeah, I'd really recommend that movie. It's pretty funny.
Thanks. Yeah, that one I'm actually looking forward to. Also, the internet, the horror film Twitter aspect of the internet, that side really like blew that up because everyone was really excited about it. And so that's the benefit of social media, finding out about stuff that you never really paid attention to before. At Film Buff, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Bo Burnham's Inside, Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar, Fast and the Last Night in Soho trailer were some of their favorite things of that so far. It's a good trailer, by the way. I really like that trailer.
Yeah, I really
might be a little something coming up in regards to an Edgar Wright thing. Don't expect a full retrospective, but there's a thing coming soon. So get ready. But riches, whatever the saying is. But I'm sorry, you were saying something. I cut you off to elaborate.
No, it's all right. I really just like Barb and Star. Go to Vista Del Mar. Like I don't understand the appeal of any of those like jokes or like I hate to like rag dunk on something I'm not, but like I could not get into that movie. I felt like just taking it back to the red box immediately.
Oh.
I know some people like that, but I really didn't get it. If someone could tell me like why it was funny, I would like be very open to listening. Did you watch it?
I have not seen it. No, I have not seen it. I did want to see it because I didn't think the trailer looked very good. I was like, oh, this is a generic studio comedy left over from the 2000s.
Yeah, it did.
There were like all these crazy positive responses to it, and I was like, oh, I guess I gotta watch it.
Yeah.
And haven't yet.
It felt very 2000s because I was like, I don't get why, because they're in like prosthetics and everything, right, to age them, and they're trying, right. Kristen Wiig and the other actress.
Oh, okay, they are. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they remember the original trailers, they didn't show any of their face and everything, and it was always like, do you remember the original?
Oh, I guess so, huh? I guess I didn't really pay attention to that.
Yeah. So I don't know, like that kind of like, remember like the Eddie Murphy movies where I know obviously it wasn't like Norbit, but it's like, oh, here's this comedian and they're in prosthetics playing someone else. I don't know. It's just, it felt very 2000s. And like, I love Kristen Wiig. She was great as like Cheetah and like all her movies. But, like, I'm like, no, I did not like this movie at all. It's just like kind of cringing a little bit. So I don't mean to trash talk, but
No, it's all right. It makes sense. This is the last one I'll read out because thankfully, again, lots of responses. Thank you to everyone. But I just the Twitter name is funny. Sugar Beef at Holy Guacamole, Resident Evil 8, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Bo's Inside. Lots of Bo Burnham and Invincible on this little round table.
Need to watch that.
Yeah, I guess we do. Resident Evil 8, I'm incredibly excited to play though. I'm a huge fan of 7.
Yeah.
We solidify. I think you would love 7. I think that's
is it for the PS, just the like on the PlayStation and all that?
Yeah. It's Resident Evils are cross platform. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the second half is less scary, and I know that's where some of the criticism comes from. But fuck y'all, that game is like scary through and through. I don't know. That's a ass game.
I played the demo for 8, and it was pretty fun. It was just that giant, really big guy. It's like gluttonous.
Don't tell me anything else. I've done such a good job of just like avoiding trailers and everything.
Well, like the tall lady.
Oh yeah, I know the tall lady.
Everyone's like,
the tall lady is completely unavoidable. Although I also paid attention to what the producers were saying and stuff, and the story developers. And I just know one thing, and that's that they genuinely did not expect that character to take off the way she did, and seemed very adamant about getting that point across. Because I don't know if this is spoiling anything. I'm sure most people have played it by now, but I remember fans being like, that was kind of disappointing with her, and they were like, we didn't expect anything from. She was in one trailer, and then people just latched onto her.
How could they have known? The developers, everyone had the same kink, I guess.
Yeah.
You know,
you can't expect everyone to react as hornily as possible to everything you make. It's not feasible. It's definitely not on the game for that. But that's the only thing I know, and that it takes place in a place similar to Resident Evil 4. That's all I know about it, and it's a sequel to 7.
Okay. 4 is still the best.
4 is just like incredible, man. That's a great game. 7's up there. 7 and 2 are probably my runner-ups for favorite. Yeah, great franchise. I'm glad that one kind of had a Fast and Furious style resurgence too, because Resident Evil 6 is like not good, and then they're like, take a break. They stripped it down to like its bare essentials, and we're like, what makes Resident Evil Resident Evil? And then they just pumped out 7, and it's like this unbelievably good game. So yeah, that's what franchises should do. You know, don't have to do anything. Just like rework yourself a little bit, take some time off, take 5, recuperate.
Yeah.
Come plan.
And don't be racist like that one entry.
And don't be racist. Weird that still needs to be said, but don't be racist.
That was 5, right?
It's 5, yeah. I don't know about any of the interviewer developer quotes, but I know there's like lots of controversy around that one, and I get it. I definitely get it. But yeah, anything else you want to highlight? Is that kind of it? I mean, I think that's a good, it's good enough for right now. But anything else you want to highlight? Otherwise, we can get ready to sign off.
I'll just say, we're talking about music. The new Billie Eilish, it's really great. She's great. Just go out.
I'm a fan. I don't listen religiously, but like when I heard she was doing the Bond theme 3 years ago now or whatever, I was like, yeah, that'll probably be good. I still haven't heard it. Fun fact. So,
yeah, you could hear it in the movie eventually, I guess.
Yeah, I've been able to avoid it because my whole thing was like, no, I listened to all the other ones before they came out. I want to listen to this one in the theater when it comes out.
Yeah. So
like the weekend that COVID happened, so I was like, well. But yeah, I'm sure she's good. And the rest of the world is aware of this, but Olivia Rodrigo, who gave everyone from our generation nostalgia for Paramore and the song Misery Business, thank you. Shout out to that, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Fast 9. That's the movie of the month for me. Movie of the year. The movies are back, baby. Gene, any final thoughts, or where can the people find you?
Yeah, you could just find me on Twitter and Instagram, Gene9892.
And you can find me on Twitter at the Diego Crespo. Check out the Waffle Press on Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and Patreon. You get early access to other shows we're doing and other retrospectives, other playlists, comics, Gene, right? You serving up comics on a very consistent basis. Congratulations.
Look for it every Wednesday. Wednesday is a good day because Wednesday is also when new comics come out. So coordinating in there.
Yeah, so stay in touch, people. Stay focused and support your local comic shops if you can. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We have been professionally unprofessional.